Hey folks, Pixel 3 versus iPhone XS comparison. I'll try to be quick. So these are the two hottest uh, flagship compact phones. Two of the best, two of the three. The third being the Galaxy S9, which I don't have right now. But I would say these two are really the two best because these have the two best cameras. All three of them are compact. But these two have the two best cameras. So I'll say these are the two best flagship phones, small, compact phones for 2018. So first I'll cover the stuff I like about the Pixel 3, and then I'll move on to the iPhone XS, and then I'll tell you which one I think is the best of both. So small hands, if that's what you have, this is what you want. Compact size, it's more narrow. Screen is taller. Uh, uh, it's like I said, it's more narrow, so it has that. It feels kind of tall, but it's not really. As you can see here, it's just so the same height, but it's just not as wide as the iPhone, so it's easy to hold on one hand. And again, it's not as heavy. Ambient display, always on display, right? Always on display. Like this little image here, background image you get on the always on display. It goes away eventually. The always on display is the time. You have the time all the time. You have the weather all the time, which is really nice. And you have the date. You don't get that on the iPhone. To date. Always on display. You see this little basketball here. Whenever you get any type of notification, text message or whatever, you get a little icon telling you that someone sent you a message. That's the ambient display. It's kind of nice. It just lights up the portion of the screen that the small portion of the screen instead of waking the whole screen. With the iPhone, it wakes the entire screen. I like the wake screen notifications on both. I just like the ambient display better. Double tap to wake the screen, kind of nice. iPhone has that also. The XS. There's a larger selection of wallpapers on Android 9 than iOS 12, so I like that. Picture in picture, on YouTube picture in picture, or even like your Maps app has picture in picture. Google Maps. What I mean is if you're playing a video, say you're playing a video and okay, playing a video and you press the home button. I'm not sure where the video was. I don't want to play right now, but the way it works is if you let's get out of this. Let me do this. Give me a second here. Easier. This rotation is not on. That's kind of odd. Anyway, so the way it works, sorry, be patient with me, guys. If you're playing a video, okay, that's kind of annoying. Let's try it again. If you're playing a video and you press the home button, any video, please, and you press the home button, you get this little picture-in-picture window here, so you can have this video playing while you're doing something else, which is really nice. So I like the little picture-in-picture. You don't get that on iOS to date. Between both cameras, they're both great. Both front and back. The beauty gate stuff has been fixed. You can read up on that on the web. Between the two, I picked the Pixel camera. The reason being is that the Pixel camera pictures are more true to life. Like it more represents what you're actually seeing, whereas the iPhone pictures, it takes everything and makes it a little bit lighter than what it, what you actually seeing with your naked eyes. Now, if you don't have both phones, which most people won't, You won't notice the difference. But if you're on both side to side compare pictures, you'll see that the pictures are more true to life on the Pixel 3. So I prefer the Pixel 3's camera because of that. It's easier to share between apps on the Pixel Android in general than it is with the iPhone. A good example of that is I use Google Voice, and if I want to share from a website to Google Voice, it doesn't give me the option to even select Google Voice on the iPhone, but it does on the Pixel. Also with like push bullet, I push stuff from my computer to my phone, and like websites, for example, right? When I choose my iPhone, it automatically when I choose my Android phone, it automatically captures the title and the website address, and I can send it directly to my phone. With the iPhone, when I choose my iPhone as the destination push device, it doesn't automatically capture the title and doesn't automatically capture the URL, so I have to manually cut and paste them inside push bullet and then send them. So it's kind of a pain. Don't like that. It's just easier sharing in general between apps when it comes to Android as opposed to iOS. I'm sure iOS does that for security reasons, but to me it's just an inconvenience. I like the little news feed. The news feed, swipe right from the home screen and get a news feed. That's not included by default on iOS. I know you could download the Google app and get the same functionality. But again, you gotta download the Google app for that. Whereas, naturally it's gonna be native on Android. Apps are generally less expensive than on Android than on iOS. People say that. iOS is known to be more secure in general, so you may run into more apps here if you're someone that heavily download apps. I'm not talking about the popular apps like Facebook and but if you download some apps that most people don't download, maybe like you're into big currencies and all kind of nonsense like that. Well, I shouldn't say nonsense, but if you're into that stuff, chances are you might run into apps that might have backdoors. It's just not necessarily just those apps, but there's a greater chance you'll run into apps that have backdoors if you download apps like crazy on Android as opposed to iOS. I would say the best phone to go with would be probably the Pixel phone if security is your thing, because they get quick OS updates and quick monthly security updates. But right now, Android still can't beat iOS when it comes to security. That's just the way it is. They even have like ARM security built into this stuff that no other phone has. So security is your top priority then iOS hands down. And especially the new iPhones. The new iPhones have that ARM security built in, the XS, SX, Max. Not anything else before that though. So, but anyway, getting back to the Pixel stuff that I like. Keyboard. I like the swipe keyboard functionality. You don't have that in. You can just swipe like that to type. You don't have that in iOS by default. Split screen is another thing I like. Let's see if I can demonstrate that for you quickly. Boom. Here you go. So let's say I choose this, choose split screen, and then choose another app. So I can type here while watching a video. Kind of cool. You don't have that option in the iPhone, iOS to date. Maybe in the future. So face unlock, but now to the iPhone features it has that the Pixel doesn't have. Face unlock. And speakers are louder on the iPhone than on the Pixel. Outdoor screen visibility is better, and I'm talking about like really bright sunlight, really bright day. This could be turned to its brightest and still look dim in comparison to this. And this doesn't even need to be set to its brightest. Accessibility mode. like accessibility mode. I wish Android had it. You just slide down to the left corner. You have to turn it on, and it brings the whole screen down. So you can use your one finger to navigate the whole UI, which is really nice. It's different from like some of the other phones, like the Note have, or the Huawei phones have a similar type feature, but the iOS feature is still better, right? Because it doesn't shrink the stuff; it just brings the entire screen down. Whereas the other phones, they bring the screen down, have it to one corner, left or right, and they shrink everything. Whereas iOS doesn't shrink anything; it just brings the entire screen down, shifts the screen down, which is really nice. Memoji, I like Memoji. Too bad you only could use it in. I think you only could use it in. At this point, I think you could only. I've only been able to use it in iMessages. So this Memoji, you make a little avatar that looks like you, and you can do different facial expressions. You can't use it like in Google Voice or WhatsApp, if I remember correctly. So that's kind of annoying, but typical of Apple, you can't share between other apps, different stuff easily, or not at all. Last feature I like is the notch. I wish a lot of people don't like it, but I like the notch. To me, like when I'm reading stuff, it just looks more immersive to me. I like how the screen wraps around it. I think it's cool. I had the Essential phone at one point, and I love that functionality. iPhone has it. Pixel doesn't. I wish the Pixel did have it. Pixel 3. Now the XL has it, but I wish they had it on a smaller version because, again, I like smaller phones. And I wish they had the option, like, turn it off. If people don't like it, they could turn it off and it looks like this. Those who did like it could have it. Like the Pixel, like I had the Huawei P20, and it was kind of small like this in terms of compactness, and it had the notch in it, man. I just love the way that screen looked in terms of its immersiveness with that notch. So anyway, those are the pros and cons. I think that are the pros that people would like. Um, that I think people find more useful, beneficial when deciding between these two phones. If I had to pick one, I'd pick the iPhone, even though I like the Android phone more. The reason being is to date, November 7th, 2018, this phone has a problem in that if you record video, it makes this hissing sound. So, yeah, to me, that's the deal breaker. If it wasn't for that, I'd pick the Android phone over the Google phone, over the iPhone. But because of that one flaw, and hopefully maybe Google can fix that one day with a software update. I don't know if it's software or hardware. At this point, I don't really care. It shouldn't be happening, but it is. So that's really. I'll see if I can demonstrate it for you so you can hear it. Hopefully, oh, the recording again. Yeah, it's kind of. So I'll record a video, short video, and then when I play it back, you'll hear this hissing sound. So it seems like it's a microphone problem. Don't have that on the iPhone, but it definitely happens with my Pixel. So, yeah, very annoying. When I play it back, you'll hear this hissing sound. So it seems like it's a microphone problem. Don't have that on the iPhone, but it definitely happens with my Pixel. So I'll record a video, short video, and then when I play it back, you'll hear this hissing sound. So it seems like it's a microphone problem. Don't have that on the iPhone, but it definitely happens with my Pixel. So I'll record a video, short video, and then when I play it back, you'll hear this hissing sound. So it seems like it's a microphone problem. Yeah, it's this time I'll do it again, but this time I'll be quiet so you can clearly hear it. Yeah, so that's the hissing sound. So for some reason the microphone on the Pixel 3 does that. Really annoying. That's a sound. So anyway, that's the deal breaker for me with the Pixel phone. Now, if Google could fix that in the future with a software or firmware update, great, but only time will tell. We don't know yet if it's hardware or software. Other people have mentioned on the web. I've seen it on Reddit. Some other people on YouTube mentioned they had the same problem with their Pixel device. So who knows? Anyway, those are my thoughts. Hope that helps you make your decide between the two. If you're on the fence between the two, those are the things I think are the most important things to factor. Take care.